How's it going, guys? My name is Crayz, the #1 source for sandbox news on YouTube. Wait a minute. Is there somebody else that's been making sandbox news lately? I feel like his name starts with a G or something. I don't know. Welcome to the video. We're going to be going over a brand new sandbox development blog that was posted just hours ago, and there's a lot of juicy stuff in it, guys. And my job for you is to pick out the best parts of the dev blog and cover it in spectacular fashion. Let's get started. Sandbox is getting official support for virtual reality. Gary has been putting in so much work on the VR side of things, exposing the scripting API to finger tracking, hand tracking, receiving the virtual reality controller inputs with the help of developers like Gvardos and Shadowbrain. Quote from Gary Newman: "Big thanks to the guys in the #VR that helped me test and design the VR API this month, especially Shadowbrain, who went above and beyond for me. Really, the whole community is being great to us right now, reporting bugs and requesting features, so thanks to everyone for getting involved." Another new thing that sort of ties in with the VR is World Space UI. Sandbox already had World Space UI, but it was sort of fake. And what I mean by fake is you couldn't render World Space UI elements behind a wall, for example. And World Space UI elements were not interactable, so you couldn't click on them, you couldn't walk up to them with your VR controllers and press a button or whatever. But Gary put in some work to make all of that possible. Now you can create a World Space UI elements, put it inside a building, and it will not be visible if you are outside the building, and say you want to click a button with your VR controller or with your mouse and keyboard, it is now possible. Facepunch developer Taylor Reynolds has been working on adding hair to Terry. We've never seen Terry without his bald sausage look, and he looks quite different with a full head of hair. Okay, now Terry has always been a controversial character. Maybe this change makes it a little better. If you hated Terry before, do you still hate him with the full head of hair? Let me know in the comments. I am genuinely curious. Tom has been adding new props to Sandbox. The more props the better, of course, because we need shit to spawn when we're playing Sandbox mode. Quote, "I have continued to work on environment props to flesh out the streets of Construct. This month has included some icons of the British High Street, the red post box, and the black and gold bin, along with various items of rubbish that can be thrown out when the bins are knocked over." The Sandbox Wiki received a huge update. It's now got a bot that looks at all of the code in the Sandbox API and automatically creates documentation for all that code. Now, of course, it's not going to automatically create like tutorials and whatnot or more in-depth stuff, basically just a reference to all the code, all the classes and globals and whatnot readily available for anybody. It'll be a nice reference for developers going forward. Sam has been working on a new terrain blend shader. The one that came with Source 2 was not that great. It only supported two-way blends, and it kind of sucked. So Sam has been working on a terrain blend shader that supports up to 5 blends. Additionally, with the new blend shader, you are able to tint your terrain. So say you have a large grass patch and you want some parts of the grass patch to be a little bit darker, Blendables got you covered. Facepunch have been putting in a lot of work on the Source 2 Hammer editor, creating their own version of it that is probably significantly better than the Half-Life Alyx version at this point. And another thing that Ruba has been working on is Hammer helpers. So for example, if you have a door in Hammer editor, it will draw this box that displays the door open position. So you know exactly what your door is going to look like when it is open in Hammer, without actually having to compile and load it up in game. And this system is eventually going to be expanded to allow modders to create their own Hammer helpers for their custom entities in their game mode. Okay, let's wrap this up. Facepunch is making incredible strides towards developing and eventually releasing Sandbox to the general public. There is no release date yet, but they are making quick progress. I want to thank you for watching and making it this far in the video. If you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. It really supports the channel and helps me with the YouTube algorithm and get my content out there. Again, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. I will see you in the next one.